Hello guys, a happy new year to you all. Welcome to 2025 and this is Appsheet and more. We all know what comes with New Year's, new birthday celebrations, and as a member of a social club, I know how very important it is to make sure you never forget the member's birthday. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to build a very interactive birthday view that helps you monitor every member's birthday, when it's coming, and how many days you have to prepare for it. So if you're excited, join me and let's do this in Appsheet. Alright guys, so let's get started. So this is our app and then we're going to come to birthdays. Alright, so over here you can see the list of people who have their birthdays upcoming. Now those whose birthday have already passed, that's they have happened before today, have this indicator as over. It's highlighted in red and you can see that their name is also striked out, right? So their names are striked out and it's indicated in red. Those who are celebrating their birthdays today, you have today indicated over here, and then you have the date over here as well. Those whose birthday are tomorrow, you can see tomorrow over here as well. And then there's a countdown, so you see 2 days more, you see 4 days more, 5 days more, and so on. And this goes all the way to the end of the month. So you have up to 31st December, 31st January, that is, right? But then just to make sure we don't miss out on the next birthdays, suppose you have a birthday in 1st February, right? You want to make sure at least you can see and plan for that. So what I do is I give something like a grace period. So at the end of the month, I add 14 days to make sure at least I'm able to see 14 days into the next month so that I don't miss anyone's birthday, which is very, 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 very dangerous to do, right? So yeah, so you have 14 days into the next month, which is February, and you can see all those birthdays are coming up onto 14 February 2025. So if you like this, let me show you how I did it. Okay, so this is our app and we're going to see how we can create this. So to do this, first we need to determine the birthdays of each member. So we'll go to the users table right here where we have all our members. I'm going to preview this data so you can see what we have or what we're working with, and then we start working with that. Okay, so this is the data of all members and all users of the application. And then we're going to do is we're going to calculate their birthdays. So currently this is the date of birth, right? But we want to see when they'll be celebrating their birthday each year. Okay, so I'm going to come here and I'm going to create this. I'm going to call this birthday. Okay, so birthday is basically going to be the day, month, and year, right? But you have to make sure that you create these dates based on how the dates are written in your Appsheet. So mine is month, day, and year. So I'm going to bring the month first, then the day, then the year. Okay, so I'm going to use a function called concatenate, right? That combines components together. So I'm going to say month of the date of birth, right? And I'm going to say day of the date of birth, and I'm going to say now year. I'm not going to take the year of the date of birth, right? I'm going to take the year we are currently in. So I'm going to say year, I'm going to say today, right? So this is year, this is day. So let me close day here and I'm going to take this off. Okay, month, I didn't close the month function as well. Great. So this concatenates everything together. Now let's see how it looks like. Okay. So you see you have the month, which is 9, the day, which is 17, and 2025 instead of 1988. So I'm going to bring the slashes in between. So over here, I'm just going to do this slash, and over here, I'm going to do this slash. Okay, now let's test this and see how it looks like. I'm going to close this. So we have this, right? Good. Now, even though it looks like a date, it's not a date in Appsheet, right? It's a text. So you need to convert this into a date. So you're going to use a function called date that converts a date value or something that looks like a date into an actual date value. So I'm going to save this. Then now it's a date. Prior to then, it wasn't a date. Okay, so now we have our birthday over there. Now what we need to do is we need to calculate the number of days, or the countdown basically, to the person's birthday. Okay, so I'm going to create a plus. I'm going to say calculate. So countdown. Okay, now this basically is going to be a difference between the birthday and today. So birthday, no, not birth month, birthday minus today. Okay, so let's test this and see. Good. So this doesn't look like numbers, right? So it's giving us this in duration. So what you see over here are hours, minutes, and seconds. That's the funny thing. When an Appsheet subtracts to date, it gives it to you hours, minutes, and seconds. So what you need to do is you need to convert this into dates. So to convert this into dates, we're going to convert first this into hours. Function called hours. No, it's hour. Right, so this will take only the hour component of the duration. So let's look at that. So just the hour component, right? And then when we take just the hour component, what we're going to do is we're going to divide this by 24 hours in a day. Okay, so we're going to have birthday minus today divided by 24. So let's test this. Okay, so we're testing this and then we're getting negative 20,000, even though that shouldn't be the case, and it's negative 20,000 throughout. But I think I know why this is the case. So let's come back. Let's just save this. I think we haven't saved this into our app. The birthday column we created, we haven't saved into our app. So I think when we save it, it will calculate properly. Okay, so let's come back here and let's test this again and see. Yeah. So now you notice that it's working. So sometimes these things happen. So you just need to save your app as you're working, so you make sure you get the best results possible. Okay, so now we've calculated the countdown. We've calculated our birthday. Now what we need to do is to create the show, what we showed, so that users can actually see that, oh, okay, there are 2 days more, there are 3 days more, it's today and tomorrow. Yeah. So I'm going to create another virtual column. This is going to be the actual countdown that we're going to use. So I'm going to call this countdown, the fancy one. And we're going to use a formula. So I'm going to say if. Okay. So if countdown, the calculated version is this, right, happens to be less than 0, right? That means the birthday has basically passed, right? What I want you to give me is over. Okay, so if it's less than 0, it's over. All right. Now, if countdown happens to be 0 exactly, then the birthday is today. So you're going to say today, but because we want it to look or celebration mode, we're going to use some emojis. So if you're using a Mac, it's Control, Command, and a space bar to bring the emojis. I think if you're using a Windows, it's Windows and then the full stop, right, to bring the emoji. Okay, so I'm going to bring this cake here, and then I'm going to bring it again, Control, Command, spacebar. Yeah, that's today. Okay, I'm going to say if, right, countdown happens to be tomorrow. So let me just copy this to save time. So copy, right, is equal to 1. I want you to give me tomorrow. Okay, and then I'm going to put some celebrations over there. So I'm going to bring this guy over here. Yeah. Now, so if it's not less than 0, which is over, and it's not 0 or 1, then basically it's upcoming. So we're going to say that anything else, we're going to bring a balloon. So Control, Command, spacebar, balloon. right, space, and I'm going to concatenate this with the number of days, which is the countdown, so 2 days more, and then I'll concatenate this again and see days more, right? Good. So let's test this out and let's see how it looks. Okay, so just having days more, days more, days more, days more. What am I missing? So it says countdown less than 0, this countdown 0, this okay, now a good way to actually format your code or your formulas in Appsheet is using the format icon here. So when you click format, and formats your code, so it puts in a much more readable format for you to read. So this is less than 0 over if this is equal to 0 today. This looks fine to me. So what am I missing? Okay, let's just save this. Click done and save. Okay, I'm going to come to users. I'm going to click preview data. Okay, let's see. Right, it's working. So sometimes, like I said, all you need to do is just to save your app or your changes, and then everything should be fine. Okay, so we have almost everything in place. I'm going to come here. I'm going to create a new view. Okay, so let me just make this a primary view. So we're going to make this a primary view. Create new view. Call this birthdays. Okay, users. I'll make this a text view. Right. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the picture to a round image. Yeah. And then I am going to take off all these action buttons. We don't need them. Take away the cluster. Good. Now place the birthday or the dates just below the person's name over here. So I'm going to click this. And then I'm going to come to birthday. Where are you? Birthday. Good. Nicely done. And then in the summary column, I'm going to put the instruction over there, or the countdown over there. So countdown. Good. So we have this. These are the countdown. Good. Now what we want to do is we want to sort this, right? So we want to sort it in ascending order of birthdays. So we select birthday. Here's birthday, ascending order. Good. So these are the birthdays. So we have over, right? And then we have today, and then we have tomorrow, and then so on and so forth. Nice. Now we want to format this, okay, so that if it's over, we have the order being in red font, and then the name was striked out. So we come to format rules. Okay, so under format rules, we're going to go to users, right? We're going to click on the plus button, right? Create a new rule and say past birthdays. Strike out. Right, so basically the instruction is going to be that if countdown, okay, if countdown is less than 0, we can say if countdown is less than 0, or if countdown itself is equal to over, both of them works. So I want you to take the full name, and then I want you to come to text format, and then I want you to strike through. So realize that all those that are over, you strike them through, right? Okay, that's the first one. And the second thing we want to do is going to create a duplicate of this. This time I'm going to say red font. Okay, and then I'm going to come and select countdown. Okay, so I'm selecting countdown this time, formatting this. Text should be red. Okay, but then I don't want to strike that out, so I'm going to take this off. So then it looks something like this. All right, fantastic. You see that? You can also create a slice that just takes these ones out, so you don't need to worry about them, right? If there are a lot, but then I like to keep them there just to remind ourselves that this month these are the people we celebrated. So we have that in place. So when you scroll through, you can see all the upcoming birthdays. But like you can see, this is the information of everybody. And then in this database, we have a lot of people. So what we're going to do is we're going to just restrict the birthday to the relevant ones, which is for the month, right? And then we're going to take out all those that are not relevant. So we're going to take out next month and then subsequently the other ones. Okay, so we're going to come to data. Okay, and we're going to click on this plus button for users. We're going to create a new slice, right? I'm going to call this birthday or upcoming birthday. Yeah, that's much more appropriate. Upcoming birthday. Okay, now create a new expression. So what's our expression going to be? So we're going to say that we want everybody within the current month, right? Now, mind you, like I mentioned in the intro of this video, you need to be mindful of those who are going to be in the first few days of the next month. Okay, so 1st February, 2nd February, you need to be able to see them, right? And capture them and able to what? Be able to plan and prepare for them. So we're going to say 2 conditions must be met. So A and D. And the first thing is that the birthday, right, must be greater than the last day of last month. So EO month. Okay, so today minus 1. So today minus 1, EO month, today minus 1 basically gives you the last day of last month, right? That's the first condition. Second condition is birthday. Okay, it must be greater than or equal to the last day of this month. So EO month, today, 0 gives you the last day of this month, right? Now, because we want to just be aware of the upcoming birthdays for the next month, we can give like a 7-day grace period for the next month. So plus 7 gives us 7 days into the next month. So we can see everybody that goes all the way to 7 days into the next month, right? I'm going to save this. So this upcoming birthdays. Okay, so now when I come back to this view, come to birthdays, right? Instead of having users over here, I'm going to change this to upcoming birthdays. Good. So now we realize that our data just ends on 7th of February. Okay, so that's basically how you are able to create such a very wonderful view that helps you to monitor your users' upcoming birthday. I hope you enjoyed this session and I hope to see you in the subsequent one. Thanks and bye.